The term herd immunity has been bouncing all around the news recently. Let's learn what herd immunity is and what kind of time frame we have to reach herd immunity with our current global pandemic. Coming up next. Okay, according to Google, herd immunity is a form of indirect protection from infectious disease that occurs when a large percentage of a population has become immune to an infection. Let's take a little bit deeper look in order to find a full understanding. So we know what herd immunity is, but how can this condition come about? There are really two ways that herd immunity can occur. The first way is that many people get the disease and in time build up an immune response naturally, known as natural immunity. And the second way is many people are vaccinated against the disease to achieve the immunity that way. Okay. So why does it happen and how does it work? When a large percentage of the population becomes immune to a disease, the spread of the disease slows down or completely stops. Many virus and bacterial infections spread from person to person. This chain is broken when most people don't get or transmit the infection. This helps in turn protect large groups of people, aka the herd, when herd immunity is reached. People who are not vaccinated, who have a low functioning immune system, or just have never had the disease are still protected to an extent, because the odds of contracting the disease diminish substantially. Okay, now that you have an understanding of what herd immunity is, the big question looming is how many people have to have had the disease and be immune to it for herd immunity to start kicking in. For some diseases, herd immunity can happen when as little as 40% of the population have had the disease. But in most cases, herd immunity isn't achieved until at least 80 to 95% of the population have had an immune response to the disease. So now that you know the stats behind herd immunity, you're probably doing the math in your head with our current predicament of COVID-19 to see how far we are away from herd immunity from this condition. As of the time of recording, there have been 10,650,000 cases of COVID-19, and with 7.8 billion people on the planet, that means that only about 1.3% of people around the globe have had COVID, meaning that we're not even remotely close to achieving true herd immunity with this disease. So as of right now, with COVID-19, herd immunity is not quite the answer yet, for a few simple reasons. Reason one, there isn't a vaccine for COVID-19 yet, and in order to get 80 to 90% of the herd immunized for COVID, we will literally have to vaccinate almost every healthy man, woman, and child in the world. Number two, an equally huge factor, scientists don't yet know if one person can even get COVID more than one time. And number three, scientists really don't understand why some people can get COVID and not even know it, and yet other completely healthy people can get it and become critically ill very quickly. Okay, the bottom line is that herd immunity is a combination of a group of different protections that happen when a critical number of the population is immune to certain disease. It can slow or even stop the progression of a disease right in its tracks. The safest way to reach herd immunity is a vaccination. The historical way herd immunity comes about is by 80 to 90% of the population developing a natural immunity after having been infected with the disease. So with COVID-19, herd immunity is a long way off. And what we should all be doing in the meantime is trying our best not to get the disease and also taking precautions as if we already have the disease to prevent it from spreading to others. This flattens the curve of the new disease cases of COVID, allowing the people who get sick to get the health care that they need and deserve. It is a challenging, frustrating, and for some even scary time right now. But what we can do is keep on washing our hands on a regular basis. Practice social distancing, even though it's a little bit awkward and it does not always feel natural. And help our friends and family because some people are struggling a lot more than others. Thank you so much for stopping past the channel. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you'll see new content as soon as it's released. And as always, have a beautiful day, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay informed.